All right, guys, we are back with some more Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Let's see where we left off. I really would like for them to remake this game, or at least just re-release it on Xbox. Was this out for Xbox? I think it was. I saw a list the other day. Someone sent me. They were saying like the best open world superhero games, and they had the Hulk Ultimate Destruction on here. I wouldn't call this an open world game. I mean, I guess you could say this is open world, but let me see the map. I mean, I don't know. If it's open world, it's a small one. Let's just say that. But I never viewed this game as open world game. They also had Saints Row 4 on there, which is weird. Like, I love Saints Row 4, but that's not a superhero game.
Quick. Blonsky knows we're on to him. According to an intercepted memo, his backup data is on a computer terminal inside Division HQ. We need to rip out the mainframe and bring it back here before Blonsky realizes his mistake. The information it contains could be vital to our chances of success.
All right, let's get into this. Nope. Do I have the dash yet? I don't think I have it. I'm trying to like air dash, but I don't think I have that unlocked. Or maybe I do. I could do it on the ground. Oh yeah, I just dropped a video talking about like my issues with story-based games or game like a lot of people who've been following my channel have heard me talk about like story-based games, and people get me confused sometimes. Like they think, oh, I just don't like stories in games, or I think games don't need stories. It's not that. It's just I don't want, if you're gonna make an action game, make an action game. If you're gonna make a game that's supposed to do both, then make a game that does both. But when clearly one part of the game is the focus, that's fine if it's the story. Like you know, games like Life is Strange or anything else like that. It's fine if you want to make the story your focus, but the issue I have is when it says deliver mainframe and computer safely to the church. The issue I have is when you tell me, hey, I'm making a game that's doing both. We're focusing on the story and the gameplay. And I play games like that, where they have good stories. And it's not just the story is good by happenstance. You could tell they focused on making a good, engaging story, but they also made a game. You know, whatever, you know, in the, you know, whatever genre the game is. Like I use Red Dead Redemption 2 as an example. I like the story in Red Dead 2. They clearly focused on telling a good story, had really good actors. The way the cutscenes were shot. Well, they weren't technically. Well, I guess they kind of were shot. They used motion capture, but the way the cutscenes were done was done very well. And you know, that was a good story. But I also got a great game. They gave me both because that's what the plan was. But when you claim to be doing both, and I just get one, and I was looking for both, that's my issue.
Gamma prisoners held inside the vault. If you ask me, Blonsky is a very dangerous individual. His record suggests an emerging persecution complex, perhaps a borderline personality disorder. But you better believe, if he's here to supervise Ross, he's trying to find a military application for gamma transformation.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's all about balance. You know, take the new God of Wars. I'm probably going to get Ragnarok. I'm not in the, you know, I'm not getting it day one or anything like that. I'll probably wait because even off the trailer, you could tell they mainly want to show you the story. I didn't care for God of War's rebooted story. I don't even remember it that well. The gameplay in the game was cool, but compared to the other God of Wars, it definitely is watered down. And like I said, you still get a good game, but they said that it was going to be like every other God of War, just a different interpretation. Every other God of War, I got both. Good story, good gameplay. I would argue the gameplay was more important than the story in the old ones, but this one clearly wants to tell you a story. Oh, I definitely need this. What did I just do? Just press the wrong button. I'm paying attention. Oh, it's a tutorial.
Try following the on-screen instructions. We need to get a handle on these new powers.
I can skip past that. Because it's just teaching me how to run and grab stuff. You just press the grab button while running. Do I want this right now? I mean, I can go ahead and buy it. I got enough points. Backhand. I can pretty much buy everything. Hold on. Got enough doggone points. Look at all these moves you get. Like, people don't realize that. Compare this to a modern day superhero game. Or forget it, just compare this to a modern day action game. And like I said, going back to like what they did with the God of War thing, like people that didn't play the older ones, they don't get when I say like, oh, the older ones were better from a gameplay perspective. And you can go play God of War 3. But see, I'm realizing it's not as simple as going back and playing something. It depends on the generation you were born in and when you started playing games. Because like for me, I was born in 95, so I grew up when there were plenty of games that didn't even have a story. I grew up with games that had them. And of course, now as an adult, there are plenty of games that the story is the main focus of the game. The issue, or not issue, is not really an issue. It's just a misunderstanding between generations. if you pretty much grew up playing games that were so story focused, and if I tell you to go back and play something that's not, you're probably not even going to want to play it because you're not used to playing those games. You're not probably going to like those games. It's just like, it's interesting. There's a lot of people who like the Souls games, but they like it more. It's not that they like the game. It's more like, it's a common game that everybody uses to say, hey, this is the challenging hard game, and if you could beat that, you're a real gamer, right? But it's not really something they're into. If people weren't competitive, they wouldn't even play those games. And then there are people who love those games for the lore, and that's fine too. But then there are people like me who just play them because, you know, they're fun to play or whatever, and there is a challenge. And there are people who won't touch a Souls game at all because it is no direct story. They'll say, well, I don't, you know, what's going on? What's the point of playing this? I'm just fighting stuff. And then someone's going to tell them, well, there's a bunch of lore. You can read the items. And they're like, I don't want to do all that. Where's the cutscenes? Where's the movie? That's why they play games. So people play games for different reasons. So if you ever hear me on my channel, if you're new and want to stick around when I do like opinion pieces or talk during streams or playthroughs, if you ever hear me talk about stories and games, it's not that I dislike them. It's just, I would rather you, or not you, but rather the developer just say, hey, look, man, we're mainly focusing on giving you a story here. That's what we're doing. That's the whole thing about this game. It's a story-based game. And then I'm like, all right, cool. All right, I know it's a story-based game. I know what I'm buying if I want it. No confusion. I'm good to go. But when you tell me it's like, no, you're getting everything in a package, then that's what I'm expecting. I don't think I can destroy this like that. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm gonna say, did they destroy it already? No, they're just attacking it. Uh-oh. Jesus Christ, I'm about to die. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do this over. Yeah. It got me. We'll do it over. I wasn't paying attention to the building. Let me go ahead and get my... Why do I keep pressing the wrong dang on button? I need to get me a different controller.
I can see the target. We got him now.
There we go. Would you stop moving? There we go. Coming from over here now. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. If you hold down the buttons, the attacks do more damage.
We're operational, Control.
Telling you, man, they made a game like they got the people, because the people who made this were the people who made Prototype. And Prototype pretty much plays like this, but it's not the same because, you know, you're not the big Hulk. But if they should let them do this again. But see, the only thing is, so many games today, man, they make the characters feel so stiff. That's the only thing I would worry about. Is like, are you gonna give me that stiff movement that a lot of games today have, where they give them like 45 animations just to walk? If you ever wonder why characters feel stiff when they move in games, it's because they give them so many animations. It makes them look more realistic when they move, but it's like sometimes, man, that's sometimes you don't need all that. There we go.
What's he doing? I don't care what you need to do or how you do it. Just bring that building down.
What the hell do you mean, need to know basis?
Calm down, Johnny. You're going to have an aneurysm.
You've commandeered the inner vault and established a level 15 clearance. Only the president and senior cabinet members have that access.
Surely you, of all people, don't need a lesson in protocol, Johnny. Shouldn't you be more concerned with keeping the Hulk in check?
You're not as clever as you think you are, Blonsky. If I so much as imagine you're keeping anyone but God Almighty in that cell, I'll find out and pee on you like a dog on a rotten steak.
What? Oh my God. No!
Always save. You load the games.
All ground forces, take note. This is a guarded scenario. Your first response is buckle down and
Let's do this. Let's see what do this. Let's see. Move through the course. Oh, this is a race. I haven't played this in so long I forget. Like, I think you just get points for doing this. But you might be able to unlock different stuff. I forget. I think if you collect like so many coins or something, you get the costumes. Like, I'm not doing all that. I'm just beating the story. But we can mess around with some side objectives. Oh, wait a minute. Went the wrong way. Got silver? Try that again. Next month, we got Metroid Dread and we got Far Cry 6. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna get one of those games. Don't know which one. Currently, I'm playing through what is it? Darksiders Genesis. That's a pretty good game. Like, I don't really remember too many people talking about it. I guess it was so different than the other Darksiders, but so far, man, I think all the Darksider games have been really good. Like, it's an underrated franchise. I need to beat 3. I'm almost done with that one. I need to beat Darksiders 3, but playing through Genesis right now, man. It's like Diablo style, I guess you could say. And it seems like it's gonna have a lot of replay value because the game doesn't seem like it's long and there's so many difficulty modes. And they want you to play through the game on like multiple difficulty modes. Kind of like if you ever played like I said, Diablo or something, like you beat it and maybe your first playthrough because you're learning stuff may take a while, but once you beat it once, it's kind of like playing Borderlands is that way for me. Like, I love the Borderlands franchise. When your first playthrough is long because you're paying attention to the story and listening to everything and all that other stuff, but once you beat it and you kind of know what happens and you know how to get your, you know how to play well. Can I get up this building? Then like it's like every other playthrough is quicker, even though it's harder.
We have to start putting the machine together. I'm stuck without a hydraulic lift to move the heavier parts. I need a generator for power conversion and a CAT scan apparatus to get an accurate topographic image of your brain. The locations of these items are marked on the map.
So I go from destruction of property to shoplifting. Wow, I am just racking up the jail time.
So don't get caught. Just be aware they've ramped up security at all locations. It gets harder from here on out.
I'm actually surprised that I'm even interested in Metroid Dread because I'm not really into the Metroidvania type games. I did just beat one, I guess technically, in that. It's a game called Outland. It came out years ago. It's made by Housemarque. That game was crazy. That's a really good, it's like on Xbox Arcade. I think it's on PC as well, so you should be able to get it there. But that's a really good game, and the boss fights, I would say those are some of the best boss fights I played in a game. They were challenging enough where you, like, you know, right when you're going to like lose your doggone mind, like but like it was like, you know, like it's like it doesn't take a while for you to figure like, okay, this is what I need to do to fight them. But it's like, all right, I know what to do, but then I have to execute. And see, the way the game works, it's kind of like a side-scrolling platformer with melee combat. And the interesting part is like how they did the enemies. Like every enemy has like a stun, so you can stun an enemy, but it's a particular way you have to hit certain enemies. Like some enemies, if you slide underneath them, it'll stun them. Some, if you hit them from behind, it just depends. Each enemy is different. But when you fight a boss, and it's not just that, I've left this part out. There's this color mechanic. So every enemy has a certain color, and it's like either red or blue, and you have to be the opposite to do damage to them. And sometimes you got to flip between colors mid-fight, and there's these energy balls that are also like different colors, and you got to flip between colors. And whatever is, now if it's an enemy, it could do damage to you, but if it's an energy ball or whatever you want to call it, if it's the same color as you, then it won't hurt you. And then they mix that in with the platforming, and then they mix it in with the boss fights. So it's kind of like Ikaruga, if you ever played that. Imagine they did this game today, and even if they wanted to keep this mechanic of him jumping between maps, it would be cool if, like, it's pretty fast, but it would be cool if, like, instead of it just being like a cutscene, like, you can, I don't know how to explain, like, you can, like, see him jump from wherever this church is to this city, and just see him jump all over whatever he's jumping over, like the whole map. Dang, I can't see Jack. Alright, how do I get in here? Hold on, it said... Oh, okay, I destroyed it, but how do I get in? Oh, I see. It looks like it's some... Well, like it's some beam of light pointing up somewhere. Hold on. Or was that my imagination? There's some way you gotta get in here. Maybe I can... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's this over here on the side. Let me kill these guys, because they're slowly chipping away at my health. I was just thinking this was prototype for a second. I said I'm about to eat them. Let me go over here and get this, oh, here go another one. Some health. How in the world do you open this thing up? There we go. Let me jump. Come on, what's going on? Am I pressing? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong dang on button. I'm stupid. I told you I need to get a new controller. Oh, this thing was a porta potty for a second. We're gonna leave the challenges just in case I need to do some to get some more points. But for right now, we're just gonna continue on with the story.
There's something happening at the military base. Listen to this transmission.
We're under attack! Some kind of creature came out of nowhere! Ah!
Did he say some kind of creature?
I'm pretty sure that's not you, Bruce. Better go check it out before someone decides this is your fault.
All right, I think this is when we're gonna finally get to see the true villain of the game. Well, we already saw him in a cutscene, but
Banner, what did you do to me, you freak? You've turned me into an abomination. Huh? Do you have the guts? Let's find out.
crap.
Come on, you mindless freak.
If you ever wanted to, oh crap. If you ever wanted to play a game to make you feel like you're the Hulk, this is definitely it. Oh.
I'm right here. You'll crack soon enough. Damn you! You're getting ahead of me.
Get some health. Run up the walls. Oh, I thought we were gonna go all the way around. Oh crap.
You just don't get it.
Ha.
I'll tear your face off for that.
Like, think about it. I can't think of another game where it's like, well, I guess the other prototype games do it, but in this game, you see how like I'm smacking him around, and you know he's smacking me around, and like, you know, most games, you know, you could tell that, you know, whoever you are, you're significantly weaker, but this feels like we're pretty even. And I can't think of too many games that have fights like that, like boss fights, where, you know, it seems pretty reasonable. You got some jacked up feet.
What happened here, Captain? We got our butts kicked, General. Good news is we managed to get most of our vital equipment inside. General Ross, over here.
I saw it happen. Plain as day.
It's okay, sir. You're safe. Them two creatures are gone.
No. I saw what happened. With my own eyes. The Hulk was to blame.
The Hulk was to blame. Can we buy anything? Let's see. I think I bought pretty much everything except for the last. Oh no, I got his new moves unlocked. Yeah, this lets you do the explosion. Did I even buy it? No. Anyway. Slam kick. Slam into any weapon to an enemy. Shield. Yes, this is needed. That way we can have something and we won't take damage from missiles and stuff like that. Pick up a car.
Try following the on-screen instructions. We need to get a handle on these new powers. I wouldn't like to be in Ross's shoes. The military's insurance bill is going to skyrocket. As if Hulk really needed to increase his power. Looks like we've given General Ross a little more.
No, people still complaining about the new Saints Row. I'm looking forward to it, man. Complaining about the characters, saying the characters don't look like gangsters and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't really care, but it's funny because they're saying that they don't look like gangsters. And it's like, I don't think people, I understand that people have a perception of what a gangster, I'm doing quotations with my fingers, what a gangster looks like. And I think a lot of people, like when they think of a street gangster, you know, back in the day, you thought of like what people from the mob, you thought about like guys with fedoras and suits or whatever. And then over time, it went from that to like baggy clothes and, you know, basically hip hop looking. I don't think people realize, like these gamers complaining, saying, oh, they don't look like gangsters. It's like, I don't think they realize that gangsters don't look like the 90s anymore. They're guys and women who are in the street life. If you look at how they're dressed, they dress like everybody else. Like they're wearing like athletic gear, regular clothing. They might still sag their pants, but honestly, it's not a big distinction anymore. So when I saw the new design, I will say the guy that looks like Urkel, that's a stretch. I'm not gonna say that that's not like that's. I don't see anyone dressed like that. Like, let's just be honest. But the other characters were wearing like what one dude had on shorts and no shirt. I mean, that's just a lot of people wear that. Main character, you can customize her, but the way they made her design, she just had on a hoodie. Another character had on like a regular plain t-shirt. Like it's just silly when people say stuff like, oh, you know, they're trying to cater to the millennials or Gen Z, and it's like, well, first of all, well, yeah, I mean that would make sense because those are the new gamers coming up, and those are the people who are going to want to buy the game.
And they're using the feedback
And second,
to triangulate the Hulk's position,
if it's a modern game,
which means they can track every move you make via your specific energy
when I'm
signature.
listening to this,
There are multiple satellite uplinks spread across a wide area. We need to disable them, unless you want Blonsky with you everywhere you go.
if it's a modern game set in modern times, right? And these are supposed to be modern day gangsters or criminals. Yes, that's what you could go online right now and find videos of people committing crimes or whatever, and look how they're dressed. They're not wearing like extra like 3X t-shirts and a do-rag and a jersey. They're wearing like skinny jeans. Like a guy right now with a purse and tight leather pants, he could be a gangster. I hope you would know that, because you better know that they have a bunch of tattoos and piercings. But that goes back to like the story thing, like I've been talking about. Like that's people who care. Like, see, when it comes to Saints Row, I might have a whole video on Saints Row. People's perception of what Saints Row is so silly to me, because people, oh, Saints Row was serious before 3, and it's like it really wasn't. Saints Row 1 was probably the most serious. It was more like GTA, where GTA was mostly serious but had jokes here or there, funny cultural references here or there. Now GTA 5 is the most wacky of all GTAs, but that's how Saints Row 1 was. Just Saints Row 1. After Saints Row 1, Saints Row became very silly. Like the boss and the crazy things you could do as the boss. Like there's a whole scene where you're in a car and clearly in any other circumstances you would be dead. Like it's like you're in a car high off your mind. There's guys in there trying to kill you, and then the main character does this John Wick move and survives, and it's like that's just silly. Not just silly, apparently kills off multiple people while escaping, and then is still supposedly under the influence while doing it. Like that's not, I'm not saying it has to be realistic, but it's still silly. I'm gonna get this freaking, these things are like flies to the Hulk. Saints Row the Third leaned more into it. 4 kept leaning more into the silliness, and now they're back. It seems like they're rebooting it. I'm pretty sure this new one's still gonna be silly, but it's probably gonna be more Saints Row 2 level of silly. It might even be more tame than that, because Saints Row 2, like, people forget, Saints Row 2 was really silly. Like, you spray poop on walls, and like I don't know, and people say, oh, those were side objectives, and I was like, so? Like, GTA had plenty of side objectives. None of them were spraying poop on the walls. Like, clearly they weren't. You took down the government. Like you basically destroyed the government in Saints Row 2. A street gang took over the government. That's a serious story. Like that's no. Not they took it over from the inside out and infiltrated that way. No, they just went in there and just gunned down. They were able to outgun the government. See, this is what I be talking about with stories and games. I love stories and games. I just realized that the stories, a game story, is like watching most game stories are like Rob Schneider movies. Like, no one goes to a Rob Schneider movie saying, oh, this is going to be a serious tale. You know, it's silly. It's turn your brain off and just enjoy the fun. That's what Saints Row stories are. You know, you're not going to really get too much out of that. And that's what a lot of game stories are for me. It's turn your brain off and let's just have some fun. And here's a story that goes along with it. And there are games that touch on deeper issues and they're more serious. And I feel that games that actually know, developers that know what they want to do with a game, they know they want to tell this serious story, it comes off better. But a lot of games today, I think because we're in this time where a lot of people want to talk about mental illness and serious topics like race and all that stuff, I think developers or story writers or whatever, they want to talk about that stuff in games, but you're still making a game, so it's conflicting with the story. You know what I'm saying? Like some can pull it off but others cannot. Like in one of my videos I just did about God of War, I talked about how like they took Cory Barlog, who is the creator of he worked on other God of Wars, but he pretty much was the main guy behind 2018's God of War, with the one with the boy. And if you listen to developer interviews, like basically that was him taking stuff going on in his life and putting it into the world of God of War. And I was explaining in my video that you can't always do that. That only if a character is already established, you cannot just put your life onto a character that's established already, unless you're rebooting it. And God of War is not rebooted from a story perspective. It's rebooted from a gameplay perspective, but not a story. Everything that happened in every other God of War still applies to this one. So you can't just throw a developer's or anybody's story onto a character that's already established. And the only way that could work is if your life situations and that characters can blend together, but it doesn't. Like, one thing I found to be weird is if you go play any other God of Wars, Kratos has trust issues, and it explains why he has trust issues. Ares lied to him, tricked him into killing his family. Athena was using him. The giants used him. He thought the giants were on his side, but the giants were just really using him because they really wanted to kill the gods. So Kratos has a trust issue problem throughout all the God of War games. But then in God of War 2018, when Kratos realizes that I forget what, you don't meet her, you don't see her. Like, Kratos is, I guess that's his new wife, or the woman that died, the Atreus' mom, whoever she is to Kratos. Maybe that was his wife or just some lady. I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly what that was, but she, once he realized she had been lying to him, now she's dead, but you would expect Kratos to feel something toward, he kind of like briefly says like a couple words, but they don't really go into it. And from my opinion, they don't go into it because, see, that's what Kratos' character would do. Oh, I'm dead. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Kratos would care about that, but Cory Barlog doesn't. See, that was another part of the whole story writing. Kratos has trust issues, so it would make sense for Kratos' character to at least elaborate, or he tapped back into. It's not like Kratos got over his trust issues. If that was the case, then I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying. He never got over them. He still has them. That's why he doesn't trust gods. They bring it up, but then when he finds out his wife, or this woman he loved that he decided to have a child with, which he probably didn't want to do ever again or whatever, was using him for a prophecy, and he kind of figures it out. He doesn't really get mad about it. He doesn't even really say anything about it. Now, maybe in the new God of War, they'll elaborate on that, but I got a feeling they won't. I got a feeling they're just gonna like ignore it because, well, it's not about Kratos the character. It's about Corey. And this new God of War, Corey is apparently barely involved at all. So now it's like, well, wait a minute. The last game was building off your story and your situation. Now you're not involved. So so now it's based off of whatever wasn't personal about God of War 2018, which most of it was personal. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the issue with the, see, if I wouldn't care as much if God of War games, they always had good stories to me, but the other ones were mainly focused on their gameplay. These new ones aren't. And you might say, well, okay, well, just get the game if you like the gameplay still. And I do like the gameplay. It's not as good as the other ones, but I do like it. Just ignore the cutscenes, and you can say that, but have you played these new games today? Oh, I'm gonna die again? I guess so. This game is hard. I've been used to playing games from the 8th generation where they're easy. Anyway, where was I? You could just say, well, don't buy the game. Well, not don't buy the game, but just don't, just ignore the story. Skip it. Maybe the PS5 version, that would be easy to do, but like, I don't have a PS5 and I really just don't, I might talk about that in a minute. I don't feel the need to get one yet because it's not enough games out where I want one. But try skipping some of those PlayStation 4 games. Try skipping the cutscenes is what I mean. That's mad annoying. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm already over here, so I'm gonna try to take this thing out before I freaking die again. There we go. Now I'm gonna go kill these tanks or whatever is shooting at me, because clearly they don't want me to win. What is shooting me? It's like they're everywhere. Run. Man. Dang, man. Let's try this again. Let me try to focus. Up here making the Hulk look crazy. It's dying left and right. That's one thing about my playthroughs. I'm not finna... I know people don't know this. Some people, they play games and then they'll like lose and edit out the losses. I'm not doing that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. If I play through a game and I'm dying like 1,000 times over and it's getting ridiculous, I might not put that in there because it's gonna be boring. But... alright. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. Forget all that. Yeah, you die. There we go. Got ourselves a shield. That's what... oh, alright. The shield is helping, but they still are, like, going crazy. I can go over here and see if I can give me some health. Get out of here. Freaking flies. bastard. Crap. Where'd it go? Did it blow up? Or am I blind? I don't know where it went, but we're gonna take this. You know what game I still haven't picked up, man? I know next month that Metroid Dread and Far Cry. I'm really looking forward to Far Cry 6. Metroid Dread. I've never been that into Metroid, but I, for whatever reason, want to try this one. I might start getting more into Metroid type games. Another game that's like Metroid, I picked up and I played a little bit of it and I was liking it. Was it's like Castlevania 2. It's what is it called? The Bloodstain Ritual thing. I got so many like indie games on Switch I need to play, but I need to get that Dragon Ball that Goku game. I think I'm gonna wait for it to come out to Switch though, because I think it comes with all the content. Finally beat this, stop dying like a scrub. Oh yeah, I forgot I could do this. Hold on. I forgot I could even do this. Jesus Christ, I need to get out of here. I'm gonna die. I tried to fight the law. And they're clearly kicking my butt. Oh, crap. Told you, man, these 6th-gen games were no joke. Try to play some of these other games, you can easily get away from the police. See, that was why it was so fun back then. Like, and people think that it's, I think some people think, oh, it's just childhood, man. You know, it's because you were a kid. You weren't that as good as the game. No, it was actually difficult. Like, go play GTA 5 and, like, go mess with the cops. I remember in GTA 5 when it first came out, you could, like, easily, like, go near, like, the mountains and just start driving up the mountains, and the cops will, you lose the cops because they wouldn't go up the mountain with you, or you know, whatever. Maybe they fixed that with the next gen versions and the PC version, but they wouldn't follow you. But then you go play, well, Red Dead, they can get you on Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not gonna say they can't, but You go play like a lot of other games today, and you start messing with the police system. They don't really challenge you that much. Like, that's why it was so fun. But like, that's why so many people, they may not understand. Like, you could literally buy a Grand Theft Auto game, not touch the story, type in cheat codes, mess with the cops, and do that for hours, and you got your money's worth.
There's word the military is sending vital parts through for the construction of more Hulkbusters.
And you want me to head them off before they get to the base?
There are 3 separate convoys. Blonsky's counting on the fact that Hulk won't reach all of them in time.
Think I'm gonna do this one, and then we're gonna wrap it up for today.
Get that convoy moving and out to location. Double time. Director wants to be by 1300 hours. We got contact on Tango. Take him out. Fire salvo. Tango acquired. I'm breaking from the convoy now. Alpha convoy is down. I repeat, Alpha is down. You better take them in on an alternate route. Attack initiated, sir. Tango, target encountered, over.
I really hope. I can't get over this, can I? Oh yeah, I can. I can run up this. All right. Oh no, I can't. I was thinking I could like run up this mountain. Let me go around then.
Attack run commenced, over. Move back around. Attack initiated, sir.
I haven't paid attention to Call of Duty in so long, but I'm hearing the new COD is running like dog crap on the new systems. I don't know why people buy COD every year. I got off COD so long ago, man. Like, once I realized, look, I don't like this crap no more. I think the last one I bought was Black Ops 4, but I like bought that dirt cheap. Just like, you know, sometimes you get in the mood. Modern Warfare, I was going to get that one because I played the beta and it was fun, but then fleeting moment. Oh, no. All right, I need to hurry up and I still got time. I still got time. I think there's an ability you get. I don't know if I didn't unlock it yet, where you can like drive the cars. I think you could do that. It's like you could smash on a car, smash down on a car, and then like you could still drive it around. Like, I want them to do that, like with more superhero games. Like they're supposed to be making a new Wolverine game. Like, be creative. Don't have Wolverine move stiff. Don't have Wolverine just sit there and do normal jab combinations just with claws. No, I want to see Wolverine do stuff that doesn't make any logical sense for a human being to do, because who cares? Like, people are talking about like Wolverine's going to be probably driving around in the city with his motorcycle. I mean, that's cool, but I would want him to be able to do other stuff, like let him use his claws to climb up buildings or whatever. And We don't know what type of game it's going to be. It may be linear, it may be open world. But like, just be creative. Make the game fun.
Deploying now. Oh, so that's how we want to play it. Fine. We're down.
Alright, these things are almost there. I need to hurry up. Come on, Hulk.
Control, we're losing Bravo convoy. We need more air support.
I got one.
Roger. Response
Can we make it? Can we make it? Can we make it? Make it, make it, make it, make it. If you don't hurry up, you big slow green piece of crap. Run! Ugh. Yay! Got it. That was lucky, actually. You know, can someone explain to me, when Bruce Banner transformed into the Hulk and he busts out his shirt and his pants, how come his, I guess, bottom half of his pants grow with his body? Has anybody ever wondered that? Because technically, his pants shouldn't be, his pants grow with him. I don't know if anyone's ever like really thought about that. I mean, why would you? It's a freaking comic book. But like, his pants grow with him, because clearly if he shrunk back to normal size, his pants would be gigantic. Like Bruce Banner's whole body would probably be able to fit in one pants leg of the Hulk. The Hulk's pants.
Delta convoy leaving the depot now. We're on the move. This is Director Blonsky. Hulkbuster is for Team Delta. Listen up. I lost the first two convoys. I do not expect to lose this one. Protect Delta convoy at all costs.
Attack run commence, over. Tango, target encountered, over.
Someone's about to die. Oh, there go the Hulk busters. Crap. Locking on to wrong things. Locking on to the wrong things.
We lost the front. We're still on course. Tango, target encountered, over. We're on the offensive now, over. We got more gears in this thing.
Fire a salvo.
There we go.
Convoy, keep that thing down inside the canyon.
Cover me.
Alright, we're gonna call it a day. Be back with another part of the playthrough. See you guys next time.